great hall of the Galactic Council stood, high above the shining city of Vexilon Prime. It was a place where leaders of 23 alien species gathered to speak, argue, and make laws. But today the hall was silent, too silent. Even the air felt heavy, as if the whole world held its breath. Councillor Threx of the Vornak Empire sat in his tall metal chair with his sharp claws tapping nervously on the armrest. He had lived more than 200 years. He had seen many wars, many threats, but nothing made him shiver like the message they had received. Just 1 hour ago, humanity had returned. Across the long round table, Councillor Lyria of the Ilerie tried to steady her voice as she said, "There must be a mistake. Humans cannot be here. They vanished long ago." "Vanished does not mean dead," replied Threx. His voice was low and flat. "Humans always return. This is their nature." The other council members exchanged fearful looks. Stories about humans were old, very old. Some said humans were once allies. Others said humans were monsters born from fire and war. Every species had its own memory, its own fear. Before anyone could speak again, the hall doors burst open. A council guard ran inside, panting hard. His armor was cracked. His eyes were wide with terror. "They are here," he gasped. "Human ships, thousands of them. They have arrived." The hall exploded into chaos. Voices shouted. Chairs scraped. Some councillors stood. Some hid behind other members. The guard raised a shaking hand and continued. "Their flagship is massive. It blocks half the sun." And they sent a message. Silence fell against cold and sharp. "What message?" Threx demanded. The guard swallowed. His voice cracked. "One mission. Total elimination." Gasps filled the room. Lyria covered her mouth. Another councillor whispered, "They want to destroy us. All of us." "No," Threx said slowly. "Humans never say things without meaning. If they speak of elimination, they have chosen a target. But who? Why now?" Before he could finish, loud sirens blared across the hall, deep, echoing warnings. The floor trembled as the planet's defense shields activated. Red lights flashed across the walls. Security drones dropped from the ceiling. The council knew what this meant. Humanity was not sending a small scout ship. They had arrived with an army. The main screen in the center of the hall flickered to life. A hologram appeared, an image from the orbital cameras. The room fell silent again as everyone stared up. A human warship dominated the screen. It was black, angular, and so enormous that its shadow covered half of the planet's upper atmosphere. Strange glowing symbols ran along the ship's sides. No one could read them. No one understood human language anymore. But the symbols felt like a warning. "Activate long-range comms." Lyria ordered. "I already did," replied the screen operator. "But humans are jamming all signals." Threx leaned forward. "Then they do not want to talk. They came prepared. They came to end something." Everyone heard the word end, and fear grew even stronger. Suddenly, the hall shook again, this time harder. A deep boom rolled through the building. Dust fell from the ceiling. Several councillors screamed. "What was that?" Lyria yelled. The guard shouted. "A human drop pod landed outside the city. It broke through our atmospheric shield like it was nothing." Threx stood up. "Show us the landing zone." The screen changed. Now it showed a smoking crater outside the city walls. Flames burned around the edges. The ground was cracked open. Deep and black dot. Then the metal door of the drop pod hissed open. The councillors leaned forward. A dark figure stepped out, slow, calm, completely unafraid. A human, tall, armored, face hidden behind a helmet, light reflecting off metal that looked too advanced, too strong for any weapon the council knew. The human looked around the burning crater, as if taking a quiet walk in a park. Then it lifted a small device to its helmet. The council hall speakers crackled. A voice spoke through them, cold, steady, emotionless. "Phase 1 complete. Awaiting further targets." Every council member froze. The voice was not angry. It was not loud. It was simply calm. Too calm. And that calmness was more terrifying than any threat. Lyria whispered, "What are they planning? What is Phase 1? Threx stared at the screen. "It means they are following a plan. A plan they made long before today." "But why?" another councillor asked. "We never harmed them. We never attacked them." Threx's eyes narrowed. "Are you sure?" Before any answer came, the speakers crackled again. This time a deeper voice spoke, a commander's voice. "Galactic Council," it said, "you hid your crimes well, but not well enough." Lyria's heart stopped. "Crimes," Threx said softly. "What crimes?" The human commander continued. Today, we end what was started long ago. Today, justice begins. The message ended. The screen went black. Silence swallowed the hall. No one moved. No one breathed. Because for the first time in 1,000 years, the council understood something terrible. Humans did not come for war. Humans came for vengeance. And vengeance was always worse. Panic spread across Vexilon Prime like a fast-moving storm. Every city screen, every news channel, and every communication tower repeated the same message: humanity had returned, and they came with a mission no one understood. Inside the Great Hall, the council members still stood frozen after hearing the human commander's final words. Today, justice begins. The words echoed in their minds again and again. Councillor Lyria felt her legs shake. She took a slow breath and tried to calm herself. We need information, she said. We cannot act blindly. What did they mean by crimes? What justice? Threx nodded. We must find out their true target before they destroy our defenses. But even as he spoke, another alarm blasted through the hall. The lights dimmed, then flickered back on. A screen operator shouted, "Human troops are moving. They have taken control of Sector 9. What? Lyria gasped. Sector 9 is a military zone. It has fortress walls. Not anymore, the operator whispered. The walls, they fell in seconds. The entire room felt colder. The screen switched to a live view of Sector 9. Smoke filled the sky. Automated defense turrets were crushed like toys. Tanks and armored crawlers lay scattered in pieces, metal twisted and burning. Human soldiers walked through the smoke with calm steps. Their armor reflected the fires around them. Their movements were fast, sharp, perfect to perfect, as if machines were guiding them. Threx leaned forward, studying the footage. Their technology is far beyond ours. Their speed, their strength. This is not how humans fought in ancient wars. It is like they evolved into something stronger. Lyria whispered, something we cannot stop. A loud beep came from the screen operator's console. Incoming message, he said, but it is not for us. It is a message sent to their own troops. Play it, Threx ordered. The hall speakers activated again, and a calm female voice spoke. Phase 2 has begun. Secure the perimeter. Do not engage civilians. Target only marked structures. Justice must stay clean. The message ended. The council members exchanged confused looks. Marked structures, Lyria said. What does that mean? They are choosing targets. Why only some? Threx rubbed his chin. They are not attacking randomly. They have a map, a plan. Another counselor, an old creature with 4 silver eyes, spoke with a shaking voice. If they wanted to destroy us all, they would have fired from orbit. They could destroy the entire planet in minutes. But they are not doing that. They are walking, searching. Lyria swallowed. Then what are they searching for? Before anyone could answer, the doors opened again. A young council assistant entered, holding a small hologram crystal. Counselors, he said, we found something. It was hidden in the archive. He placed the crystal onto the table. A hologram appeared, a record almost 500 years old. The hologram showed a meeting. Old council members sat in the same hall, discussing something in low, urgent voices, and then a symbol appeared on the screen behind them, a symbol of Earth. Lyria's heart dropped. This record, why is it hidden? The assistant whispered. Because it tells a story the council did not want anyone to know. The hologram continued. An old council member said, the humans discovered our secret mining program on their moon. They want answers. If they learn the truth, we lose power. So we must act first. Another council member nodded. Yes, erase them. Erase their home. No witnesses. Lyria covered her mouth in horror. 500 years ago, the council had ordered a strike on Earth, a secret attack, a silent betrayal. Earth did not vanish. Earth was destroyed. Threx whispered, we did this. Our council destroyed their home world. The assistant nodded. Yes, and the survivors fled into deep space. No one knew what happened next. Threx closed his eyes. Now we know. They rebuilt themselves. They learned the truth, and they returned for justice. Lyria felt a heavy weight in her chest. They are not here to kill everyone. They are here to find the races who destroyed their world, the races who hid the truth. Suddenly the screen showing Sector 9 changed again. A new human message flashed across it. Target structure found. Begin extraction. A huge human machine tall as a tower walked toward a black building. The building had no windows, no signs, only one door. Threx stared at it. I know this place. It is not a military base. It is an old archive vault. Lyria felt sick. Another hidden secret. But before they could think further, the ground trembled. A single human ship descended from the sky. It hovered above the vault and activated a bright blue beam. The beam cut through the roof like soft paper. They are taking something, the operator shouted. The vault roof collapsed. Dust rose. A large sealed container was pulled out by the beam and lifted into the ship. That the human commander's voice returned. We have recovered the first truth. Proceed to next target. The signal ended. The council stared at each other in fear. Humanity was not guessing. They knew exactly where to go, exactly what to collect, exactly who to punish. Threx spoke in a heavy voice. This is not war. This is a court, and we are the ones being judged. Lyria felt her heart beating fast. Then we must find all records of the old betrayal before humans do. It is the only way to understand what comes next. But deep down, every council member already knew the truth. Humanity had waited 500 years for this moment, and they always finished what they started. The Galactic Council Hall felt colder than ever before. The truth from the old hologram record still hung in the air like a heavy shadow. No one spoke. No one dared to. Every council member could feel one terrible fact. Humanity knew everything. And that meant the council's long-hidden sins were finally breaking open. Counselor Lyria stepped away from the table, her hands shaking. We cannot hide this any longer, she whispered. The humans have evidence. They are taking specific targets. They know who destroyed their world. Threx nodded slowly. This was the biggest crime in our history, and the council buried it. But before they could discuss further, another alarm echoed through the hall. The walls flashed red for the third time that hour. The screen operator shouted, "New report. The humans have taken control of the Skydock's distant port 3. That port leads directly to the council's old secret tunnels." Another counselor cried, "The tunnels contain archives, files from the old wars. If humans reach there, they will discover everything." Threx slammed his fist on the table. "They already know enough to destroy us." Lyria looked at the live screen. Smoke rose from the sky docks, and human ships moved like silent shadows. Not chaotic, not wild, but disciplined, focused, purpose-driven. "Why are they not attacking civilians?" one counselor asked with confusion. "Because civilians did nothing," Lyria said. "Humans want justice, not genocide." Threx added, "This makes them more dangerous. They have control, they have purpose." A loud beep cut through their conversation. The operator turned pale. "Counselors, the humans hacked our private network." Lyria shouted. "Our network is sealed." "It was sealed," the operator replied, "but they broke the encryption in less than 10 seconds. The hall's main screen flickered. Then an image appeared, a human face. A commander with a dark helmet pulled back so their eyes were sharp, filled with something deeper than anger. "Galactic Council," the commander said in a calm voice. "Running from truth no longer protects you." Lyria stepped forward. "What truth do you speak of? What do you want?" The commander stared at her for a long moment. Then he spoke. "Your council destroyed our home. Your council erased our world. Your council lied to every species in this galaxy." Gasps filled the chamber. The commander continued, "And now you hide again. You hide in silence. You hide behind shields. But justice has come, and truth cannot be buried twice." Then the screen went dark. Lyria felt the weight of the words pressed against her chest. This was no simple war. This was judgment. Suddenly, a loud crash shook the hall. The counselors looked up. Dust rained from the ceiling. The guard rushed inside again. "Counselors, a huge explosion under the city. Humans destroyed a buried bunker." Threx growled. "That bunker held secret documents from the Earth operation." "So they really know everything," Lyria whispered. The ground trembled again. Another explosion. Then another. The city shook like a living creature in pain. The operator checked his screen. "They are destroying every location connected to the old plan. Every bunker, every hidden vault, every command center used in the attack against Earth." Threx spoke quietly. "They are erasing our lies." Lyria took a deep breath. "Then we must speak the truth before they drag it out by force." Before she could continue, a new alert flashed. Human ships approaching. Central Spire. The Central Spire was the heart of Vexilon Prime's government. It held the most secret records of the galaxy. If humans reached it, everything would be exposed. They must not reach that building, Threx said. We need to send our elite guard. The operator shook his head. We tried. Humans captured the elite guard within minutes. Their technology is too advanced. Their strategy, perfect. Lyria closed her eyes. What have we done? Another explosion shook the hall. This time it was close to close. Outside the tall windows, smoke rose from only a few blocks away. Then a deep metallic boom echoed from the sky. Everyone turned toward the city view. A huge human flagship slowly descended, blocking the sunlight. Its shadow swallowed the city. The ship hummed with a cold, powerful energy. A counselor whispered, "They are coming here." No one needed to answer. It was obvious. For the first time in centuries, the council felt truly powerless. Suddenly, the hall doors shook from a strike boom. Everyone jumped back. Drones flew into defensive formation. Guards raised weapons. Boom. Another strike. Stronger. Rex shouted, "Hold the door." But on the third strike, the massive metal doors cracked in the center. A glowing cut line appeared. The metal melted and fell away. A human warrior stepped through the smoke-filled doorway. Tall, armored, silent, a living shadow. The warrior did not raise a weapon. He simply looked at them with a calm, judging stare. The counselors stepped back in fear. Lyria tried to speak. What do you want from us?" The warrior lifted a small holoprojector and placed it on the center table. A hologram appeared. It showed Earth before destruction, full of oceans, forests, and cities. Then the image changed. It showed the council launching the attack. It showed the sky burning. It showed Earth falling apart. Finally, the hologram switched to the faces of the counselors' names, crimes, orders. Lyria covered her mouth. You gathered all this." The warrior spoke for the first time. "We gathered the truth. Now the galaxy will judge you." He pressed a button. Every screen across the city, across the planet, across the on the entire galaxy watched the council's greatest secret. The truth was no longer hidden, and humanity was not done yet. The truth spread through the galaxy like wildfire. Every planet, every space station, every ship. All screens suddenly showed the hologram of Earth's destruction, proof that the Galactic Council had erased an entire world and then lied about it for 500 years. The council hall filled with shock and panic. Some counselors collapsed in their chairs. Others screamed at one another. "They will blame us. We are finished. Shut it down. Turn off the broadcast." But the human warrior stood calmly at the center of the room. His armor reflected the shaking lights. He made no move to attack. He did not need to. Truth was the weapon now. Counselor Threx felt his throat tighten. "Humans, you had no right to expose this." The warrior turned his helmet slightly toward Threx. "You had no right to destroy our home." Before Threx could reply, the building shook violently. A thunderous boom rolled through the hall. Dust fell from the ceiling. The screens flickered. Lights dimmed. "What was that?" Lyria shouted. The guard rushed inside. "Counselors, our planetary defense grid has activated without command. Someone is attacking." Threx stiffened. "Humans?" The guard shook his head. "No, it's our own forces. The Council's security army. They think humans have taken the planet hostage. They want to eliminate the threat, even if it destroys the city." Lyria's eyes widened. "They don't know the truth yet. If they attack, now humans will retaliate." Another explosion rattled the building. The human warrior tapped his helmet. "Commander, Council security is firing on us." A voice answered through his calm. "Stay calm. We expected this. Continue Phase 3. The warrior nodded and turned back to the terrified council members. "We will defend ourselves, but we will not harm civilians. Everything depends on your next decision." Threx clenched his fists. "We will not surrender to humans." The warrior stepped closer. "You already surrendered the moment you lied to the galaxy." Outside the windows, bright blue bolts of energy tore through the sky. Council security forces launched hundreds of aerial drones around the central spire. Human fighters responded with fast, precise counterfire. The city became a battleground in seconds. The sky glowed with lasers, shields cracked, explosions echoed like thunder. But the humans fought with absolute control. They destroyed only weapons, never civilian buildings. Lyria watched the battle with wide eyes. Their aim, their power, they could wipe out our entire fleet in minutes. "They are showing restraint," the human warrior said. "Why?" Lyria asked. The warrior looked around the room. "Because this is not a war. This is justice." Another explosion shook the hall. The operator screamed. Human ground forces are surrounding the central spire. Threx snarled. We cannot allow them to reach our archives. We must stop them. Lyria finally snapped at him. Stop them. After everything we did, after destroying their world, Threx glared. We acted for power, for order. The galaxy needed leadership. The galaxy needs truth, Lyria said softly. Before they could argue more, the entire hall vibrated as something massive landed near the building. The windows darkened as a huge shadow fell over them. Everyone turned. A giant human war machine taller than the hall itself stood outside. Its metal legs crushed the ground. Blue energy pulsed through glowing lines on its armor. The operator whispered, That